In the 6th century before Christ, the Babylonian king conquered Jerusalem and destroyed the temple and exiled all the people. And for many, many years, they were in fear of what would happen to them. They got so depressed about this that they even started to wonder whether God cared about them at all. And then comes along King Cyrus, king of Persia, who was a pagan. And yet God inspired him to let the people go back and rebuild their temple. They were filled with joy. And then you read in the declaration here, he just commands as king of Persia that they should go back and everyone should help them by making donations and free will offerings and giving them what they needed to rebuild the temple. It was a time of great peace and joy for them. We see in this God's divine providence, and God's wisdom is not ours. He works in his own way and in his own time. And we have to trust that. We question, why does God allow evil in the world? Why does God do this or that? And we have to realize that in his wisdom, God cannot cause evil. He is the first cause of all things. Secondarily, he gives us freedom, and the evil comes in with freedom of human beings. Human beings have made decisions against what God wills, and disaster happens. And we have to realize that even when evil happens, God is with us, and he's there to assist us in every way. We look at all the hurricanes and the earthquakes going on right now and say, well, why does God allow that to happen? But you'll have to look at, it's a part of the natural laws of the earth and the storms and everything else. But God's in the midst of it. And when you look at the thousands and thousands of people who are reaching out to help, it's a beautiful thing, isn't it? Where we see so many people coming to the rescue of people that are suffering from disaster. And that's the work of God. Somehow God even brings good out of evil. God causes that evil should not be the worst. He causes that evil should not be the worst. If we talk about the worst evil, usually we'll come up with death as being the worst evil. But he causes that even that is not the worst, because he's prepared a place in eternal life for all of us who are faithful to him. And so we see that God in his wisdom has a plan. When I think about this parish, it was really difficult, to say the least, when the parish was closed. When it was reopened, there was a real new joy. Kind of hard to believe it could happen. And yet look at what happened. People came together. They gave what they could. They've continued to do so that we can strengthen this parish community. And God is doing a lot of good through it. And so we see that out of something bad, God brings good, even in our own experience. So today we thank God for his providential love. And in the times that we don't understand where he is, he's right with us. And we have to maintain our trust and our hope in God alone, knowing that he will always lead us to what is best for us. And so today in this Mass, he's here. He gives us his body and blood in this Holy Eucharist as food for the journey, to strengthen us in our personal lives and in our communal life as a church. And the Lord just asks us to let our faith shine before others by what we do and what we say and how we interact with others. Let us stand now and offer our prayers and petitions.